Before we start, I should just tell you that the good news is there's cocktails after this session upstairs, so please join us all for that. We've got 4 panelists now who are going to each present a short presentation on the apps that are outperforming expectations. Now, you'll probably notice there's only 3 people here. That's because the 4th presenter, who's Didier from Coyote System, is currently running like a hare to get here. So hopefully he'll be here in time to present the last one. But first of all, we're going to kick off with Stephane Zwahlen, who's the digital and social media manager at Volkswagen, and he's going to say a few words. And here he is.
Hello. I'm going to begin with a little video.
Ouvrez les yeux, il y a des golfs partout. Près de 2 millions en France, soit autant que la population de Paris ou 4 fois celle du Luxembourg. Si on mettait toutes les golfs les unes derrière les autres, on pourrait faire 80 000 km. Soit 250 000 fois la hauteur de la Tour Eiffel, 1585 fois le tunnel sous la Manche, ou même la longueur de la muraille de Chine, 12 fois. En France, on trouve environ 4 golfs par kilomètre carré, soit une pour 30 habitants. Il y a donc des golfs pour tous, et à chacun sa golf. Des golfs pour faire les courses, ou pour faire la course. Des golfs cabriolets, des golfs bariolets. Mais combien saurez-vous en capturer? Participez au Golf Challenge, photographiez un maximum de golf, remplissez des défis, gagnez des points et remportez de nombreux cadeaux. Le meilleur repartira avec sa nouvelle Golf. Pour commencer à jouer, rendez-vous sur nouvellegolf.fr et téléchargez l'application Golf Challenge. 3, 2, 1. Le Golf Challenge commence.
Okay, so to complete the Golf Challenge, to complete the launch of the new Golf, we bring to the user an application based on geo-tagged photographies with objectives to position the Golf as the one car, to create a tribute to a legend. Yes, the Golf is a legend, and show how Golf is present everywhere through the different generations. So the application is available on 2 platforms, iOS and Android, and of course a website. And that's the gameplay. So here you can find all the challenges, almost on 100, and we try to make it fun, and there is some particular funny things. And now for the results of the application, we were on the 3rd place for 3 days just after the launch of the application for the free apps. And And we have a lot of downloads. The most important thing is the uploaded pics, more than 60,000, so that's really, really great. And we have 11,000 of active players every day. We have a lot of PR on social media, article and post, and 60,000 tweets about the application. Tweets are when the player share a picture during the game. And it's only the beginning because the application begin on the 29th and finish on December 9th. So we are in the middle of the game. And you can tag it, please. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for that. Can I ask, what was the objective of the campaign? Was it to did you sell any more cars as a result, or was this just sort of profile raising, or?
It's a brand strategy, really. It's to push the Golf as the one car. It's the finality of the one thing campaign for the launch of the Golf 7.
Okay. We're going to stick with cars now. This morning, for anyone who's here for the very first session, which on the main session, on the main room there upstairs, one of the VCs was talking about a new trend being for collaborative consumption, group buying of sort of individually owned objects. And there's a brilliant example of that with BlaBlaCar, which is all to do with selling car journeys in your own vehicle. And we're going to hear more about that now. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. So I'll just be quickly presenting what BlaBlaCar is. In France, we are named covoiturage.fr, for those of you who've heard of us. And so what we do is pretty simple. We simply allow the drivers to find passengers with whom they can share the costs. So, for example, if you have your gas plus toll equals 90 euros, then you share with your passengers, and you divide the price by 3 or by 4, depending on the person you have in the car. So the raise of what we've been doing that for years, but really for the past 2 or 3 years, it's been growing exponentially. We now have 2.5 million members, and it's growing by 140,000 new members per month. Which is about 4,000 new members per day. We know that our future is on mobile, just because we are a service that you want to use while you're traveling. Most of the time, people will take their first trip from the web, and then once they're in their weekends, in their family home, then they go on mobile to find the return trip. And so really what we focus on is trips ranging from 200 to 800 kilometers. So it's really weekend trips when people go back to their hometown for the weekend or for the holidays. So we know that we've done a lot on mobile, and we'll see some pictures, some results. But we also know that we have to get more real time now, because what we want to really do within a year or two is to be present in all the cars, where the driver will be able to tell us exactly where they're going instantly in real time, and then we'll be able to match with passengers going the same way at the same time. So we are almost there, but we are missing all the presence on other devices than just the iPhone and Android. So today it's 2.5, well 2.4, 2.5. It's growing fast. Million members in Europe. We are in 5 countries. We recently opened Poland, but so we started in France with covoiturage.fr, and then we expanded to Spain, UK, Italy, Benelux, Portugal, and Poland. We are now a team of 60 persons working on it. So we have a year ago we were 20 people, and today we are 60, and it's expanding very fast now. If we look at the statistics, that's the number of ratings, and just as Tim said in introduction, we are part of a movement which is named today collaborative consumption, where people share and they do not own. So it's services like Airbnb or like us. For Airbnb, you will share your home. For BlaBlaCar, you will share your car. It's about the same thing, and it's about the same size today in terms of community. And it's growing super fast. We're mainly in Europe. And if we look at the transformation, which means how many people really use the service, we look at the ratings, because the ratings that people leave to each other are very important for the trust inside the community, but are also a real proof that a transaction happened in between the people. So just the last slide I have to give some numbers. We've had almost 500,000 downloads since we launched 2.5 years ago. We have 30,000 users per day on the app, which is named BlaBlaCar, and it's already representing 80% of our traffic and 20% of the bookings, because the passengers book directly on the app, so they pay their seat just like they would book for a train ticket or for an airplane ticket. And so it's already 20% of our bookings which happen on the web, on the mobile apps. And if we compare that, it's growing very fast in terms of proportion, because in January we were at only 12% and today it's 20%. So we anticipate that within 2015 we will have more than 50% of our traffic on mobile and the rest on the web. So that's why we want to really push on our mobile apps and the mobile experience. That's it. Thank you.
Frederic, I could just ask you quickly. You said that the ratings are extremely important. How does someone who's new to the system get people to take part in a journey with them if they don't have any ratings because they're new?
That's also a tricky. That's always a tricky point, because it's just like how do you get in a place when it's reserved for people who are regular users? So, well, basically, you can. It's very important to have trust on the platform, but also everybody has been a beginner someday. And so when you find a trip that matches your request, so the starting city, the ending city, and the time, and the guy is a beginner, then you do it anyway. But what we do to bring trust, it's not only ratings. Ratings is part of it, because it's the automatic control of the community, because people will rate each other and it brings trust. But we also do all sorts of checks. We check the phone number to certify that it's a real phone number. We check the bank account. We check the email address, but that's not a strong check. And you also have lots of other signs on the platform that bring trust. Like you have the picture of the person. You have the preferences, so you know whether or not they smoke, whether or not they accept animals in their car, whether or not they listen to music. And you also have a preference, which is how much they talk. Are they talkative or not? That's why it's named BlaBlaCar, because when you register on the website, you choose whether you are blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. And it tells everybody how much you talk, and that's why we're named BlaBlaCar. So you already know a lot of things about the people before you get in the car.
Right. Excellent. Okay, well, many of you in the audience will probably be aware of Shazam, which is arguably one of the biggest sort of pure mobile brands that's ever emerged. And I'm very pleased that Iain Dendle is going to come and talk to us a little bit more about the Shazam story and where it's going. So please join us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. As Tim said, most people have heard of Shazam. Hopefully today I'll tell you something that you didn't know about Shazam and a bit about where we're going. But first of all, let's look at some of the high-level stats, and the slide's a bit all over the place there, but I'll walk you through it. We've had 250 million users since launch, and we're still growing massively. So we still get 2 million new users every single week. We're in the top 10 most downloaded apps of all time on the iPhone, and as you can see on the graphic there, we're just behind Angry Birds. So that sort of gives you an idea of the scale. We do on average 10 million tags every single day. So that's 10 million people recognizing some piece of content, a piece of music, a piece of television. And we sell over 500,000 items every day. So that puts us as iTunes' biggest global affiliate partner, selling 500,000 pieces of music every single day. We're live in over 200 countries, and our database is very much tailored towards local music as well as global music. We have over 20 million songs in the music database now, and we've got an avid team who their sole job is to make sure the music is in our database before you guys want to recognize it. So that's getting it in the database 2 or 3 months before launch, and then having a big long tail of music that people will be recognizing from their childhoods. So for those, any of those who don't know about Shazam, we're the application that recognizes music. When you're listening to the radio and you don't know the name of the song, you hold the application up to the radio. It listens to between 3 and 10 seconds of the music that's playing and comes back and tells you the name of that song, and you can go on and do various follow-on activities from that. So what does that look like on a chart? That's usage. So I joined the company there. And at that point, we had 35 staff, and I knew everybody's name, and we were all in a very small, dingy little office in Kensington High Street in London. Now we were doing 10 million recognitions a month at that point. We're now doing 10 million every single day, and we've got 200 staff, and we've got offices in Palo Alto, New York, Chicago, Korea, a couple of offices in London, and satellite offices in Europe. So the past 4 years have been a phenomenal growth curve. So what have we been doing over those past 4 years? 4 years ago, you could literally just recognize a piece of music and then go on and buy it. We've added so many different features to the app. We're now on every single platform. We've integrated with radio services like Pandora, Last.fm, Spotify, RDO, all those sort of streaming services. We've also added a huge social element to the app. So you can now log on with your Facebook details, see which of your friends are also using Shazam, and then you can see what they're Shazamming. So you can actually, that's quite if you can see what your friends are listening to and recognizing, that's an incentive for you to go and discover more music. And that's what Shazam's all about. It's enabling our users to discover things. We've also added live lyrics to the application, so while you're listening to the music in a bar or a club, we can not only tell you what you're listening to, but we can tell you what part of the song you're listening to, and then we can play the lyrics back in time with the music that's playing in the background, which is quite a cool wow factor. And we've also developed that into a separate application that sits along the music that's sat on your device. But the real interesting growth for Shazam over the next few years is going to be in television. So back in 2010, we were approached by Dockers, the Levi's Chino brand, and they said, well, we're paying millions of pounds for our TV advert on Super Bowl. And we have no idea how effective it is, and we have no engagement with that users. We just pay millions of pounds, and we get sort of 20 seconds of TV time. And they said it would be really good if we could engage with those users. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to give you the audio for the advert and then enable people to Shazam the advert on game day. And we did that, and we gave away 100 pairs of trousers, and it was all pretty successful. We thought, oh, there could be a business here. So we started working with TV networks in America and brands over the past 2 years, and we've now done over 150 different campaigns with advertising brands, and we've done over 50 different TV series and episodes. The use case on television is very different. So on radio, on music, it's very much about recognition and discovery. I don't know what it is, I want to know what it is. On TV, it's about getting extra content and extra value from what you're watching. So if it's a TV program, it might be, I want to see a sneak peek of next week's episode, or I want to see an interview with the director, or I want to find out more about this particular cast member or the music that's playing in the show. If it's a TV advert, it's about making those user journeys simpler. So the obvious example that, and one of the most successful examples we've done is with Progressive Insurance. When you watch a car insurance program, you never write down the telephone number for the insurance company. But if you could Shazam it, and that telephone number is on the device that you actually make the call on, i.e. your smartphone, and you got 10% off for making that phone call by doing it that way, that's a huge incentive to engage with that brand. And whenever Progressive Insurance do that, they get a 500% uplift in the number of people dialing the telephone number. So it's been pretty effective. We've also done some really key events this year. So we did live Super Bowl where we tagged the game and you could get live player stats, ratings, and information about the game. We gave away 1 million songs during the halftime show, and we Shazammed 24 of the ads. We've also done American Idol, the Grammys, and the Olympics this year. So here's a short video on how it's presented to the audience.
Being human is hard enough, even if you're not different. But with Shazam, life can be a little easier.
Let me just get this straight.
Download the free Shazam app for your smartphone. Hold it up to your TV during Being Human every week, and get exclusive videos, downloads, sweepstakes, and more.
How could I possibly say no to that?
It's that simple.
Life doesn't have to be so hard.
Totally.
Being Human, an original series, Mondays at 9, only on Sci-Fi. Imagine greater.